How to side freeze, a very easy move anyone can learn. You don't need any requirement or basic to be able to do a side freeze. For some people, a baby freeze or a turtle freeze may be easier, so you could use a baby freeze or a turtle freeze to learn a side freeze. But for some people, side freeze can be easier and you can start directly with that. If you will have hard times learning the side freeze, I recommend to check out the baby freeze or the turtle freeze tutorial first. And if you will need more help for your breaking, check out my coaching plan or check out my video courses. I will leave the links in the description. So how to start a side freeze? The difference between a turtle freeze and a side freeze is mainly the positioning of the elbow. In a turtle freeze is to the front, like this. In a side freeze is to the side, like this. A little bit more similar to a baby freeze. So you can start exactly in this position. You can place one elbow on the side of your stronger arm. So in my case, the right one. If you're left-handed, do it on your left. And the other hand is going this way. Similar to a baby freeze, but in a baby freeze, we're leaning the elbow on the leg. In this one, we are not leaning the elbow on the leg. So we're just gonna place our arms in this way and slowly lean like this. Then extend the legs. Second step is extending the legs in this way, almost like a push-up position. But be careful, don't end up with the elbow on your stomach like this, like a turtle freeze. Because if you do that, then it becomes a turtle freeze, it's not a side freeze anymore. So stay with your elbow on the side. You can stay with your legs like this to start with, or like this. The important thing, you should find like a comfortable position. And then lean the head on the floor. Because without leaning the head on the floor, the position is gonna be much heavier, especially at the beginning. What part of the head you should lean on the floor? The side of your head, here. Don't lean like your cheek. Actually, the face shouldn't lean on the floor, just this part of the head. You can also start like that, like I'm doing now, on one of your knees. Actually, the start can be in different ways. You should find a good position that feels comfortable for you to start. You can try to experiment a little bit and try to play a little bit. So first, maybe try this position, or maybe try with one knee on the floor like this, or maybe just like a push-up position, kind of like a turtle freeze. But then from here, you turn a little bit and you slide your elbow to the side like this. Then lean your head on the floor. This is very important, otherwise it's gonna be heavy. And lift up one leg in this way. After lifting up one leg, try to feel the weight moving towards your head a little bit. And you should feel very light on your feet or on one foot. When you feel very light on one foot, just try to remove the foot off the floor like this. And now this is already a side freeze, but you can do many variations and play with your legs. You can bend them like this, bend them more like this, one leg straight like this, and the other bent, or you can do the opposite like this, or even like this, like a figure four on the other side. Or you can go almost like a chair freeze like this. This actually would be a chair freeze. It's not a side freeze anymore. But yeah, that's just to show you that you can play a lot with the position and you can easily connect it to other freezes like chair freeze or like baby freeze or even turtle freeze. Or for example, also both legs can be wide and straight in this way, or you can try to pull them more towards you like this, or you can straighten them and close them together like this. The more you try to play with your leg shapes, the more control you will develop for your side freeze. And the better it's gonna be for harder moves and harder freezes and harder transitions as well. So which leg shape to start with? Actually, this is also up to you. It depends how you feel more comfortable. It's very subjective. There is no one specific pose with your legs that usually it's like a beginner pose, but it really depends person by person. Some people may feel more comfortable with wide legs and open and straight. Some of them may feel more comfortable if they bend their legs. Some of them can keep them both straight but closed, or maybe a figure four. I think it really depends from our subjective strength and our subjective body proportions. I really recommend you practicing the side freeze on both sides. In this way, you will develop more control and strength on both of your arms, and you're not only gonna get stronger on the right one, for example. Once you learn it, play with the variations, play with the leg shapes, and play with combos between side freeze and other freezes to develop even more control. And also try to switch sides in the same combo. So I try to do some side freeze on the right, play with different leg shapes and combos, then go to the left and do the same thing, or do different combos and then come back to the right, to the left. Try to play as much as possible with the positions, with the variations, with the direction changes. In this way, you're gonna really improve your control a lot. Don't be very stubborn that you need only to practice in one way and you need to unlock this freeze, this position, and then you can practice this other one. No, try to connect everything together. Try to practice in multiple ways and you're gonna get better faster. If you will need more help, check out my coaching plans, link in the description, or the video courses that I made, or even the PDF guides I made about the windmill, the flare, the swipe, and the air flare. See you next time with a new video. Yo ninjas!